It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline: 5 suspected kidnappers arrested in Ogun. They were arrested following a piece of information received by a policeman that the men were sighted on 2 motorcycles inside the forest at Eleja area of Obada at about 8 p.m. Operatives of the Ogun State Police Command have apprehended 5 members of the kidnap syndicate terrorizing Obada and its environs. The suspects, identified as Aliyu, Manya, Usman Abubakar, Abayomi, Olayiwola, Nasiru, Mohammed, and Bello Usman, were arrested following a piece of information received by policemen attached to Obada Divisional Headquarters that the men were sighted on 2 motorcycles inside the forest at Eleja area of Obada at about 8 p.m. Upon the information, the DPO of Obada Division, CSP Tijani Mohammed, quickly mobilized his men and, in conjunction with other stakeholders like SoSafe Corps, hunters, and about local vigilantes, stormed the forest where the 5 suspects were apprehended. Items recovered from them include illicit drugs such as packs of tramadol, weeds suspected to be India hemp, 3 cutlasses, SK, and 2 motorcycles with registration number MEK 504VC and ODE 423VC, as well as cash sum of 73,000 naira. Confirming the arrest, the spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, said while investigation was going on, a kidnapped victim who was earlier kidnapped and released came forward to identify the suspects as those that kidnapped him. His brother, who took ransom money to them, also identified 2 amongst the suspects as those who collected the money from him for the release of his brother. He added that the State Commissioner of Police, Lanre Bankole, has ordered the transfer of the suspects to the Anti-Kidnapping Unit of the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for discreet investigation. He also directed that other members of the gang should be hunted for and brought to justice. And this is the situation report of Ogun State around Obada Oko, where the following kidnappers were nailed down and apprehended by the Nigerian Police Force of the Obada Divisional Headquarters. The men whose name are as follows: Aliyu Manya, Usman Abubakar, Abayomi, Olayiwola, Nasiru, Mohammed, and Bello Usman. Every one of them were arrested and paraded, where the list of items recovered from them are listed as MEK 504 and ODE 423VC motorcycles with that registration number, and some weeds, drugs, and cutlasses, and the cash sum of 73,000 naira. And also, to further prove that these suspects are actually kidnappers, it was said that the DSP, that is Abimbola Oyeyemi, who happens to be the spokesperson of the Ogun State Police Command, said that while they were investigating, that a kidnapped victim who was earlier kidnapped by this set of people, had come to identify them, and the suspect and the victim's brother, who took the money when these kidnappers asked for ransom, was also there to identify that these were the set of people that actually kidnapped his brother, and that he also gave, the ransom that he requested to this particular suspect, because he was able to identify 2 out of them. These people, that is, these kidnappers, would actually be transferred to the Investigation and Intelligence Department of the Anti-Kidnapping Unit for further investigation, so as to ensure that other members that are yet to be nabbed and apprehended by the police can actually be hunted for and brought to justice. The soldiers attached to the Operation Golden Dawn dispersed the insurgent group when they attacked their troop, saying that the troops dispersed rampaging Ipob or ESN hoodlums carrying out arson in Awumama. The troops conducting exercise Golden Dawn have actually ensured that all these attacks by these people on the community had actually been put down, and the people have been compelled to comply with the unlawful order the Ipob or ESN criminals had actually indulged in harassment, intimidation, and physical abuse of commuters along there doing or going about their lawful businesses. The criminals went further to carry out harassing and destruction of businesses and homes at the Isheke Junction along Onitsha Expressway, and this was because the citizens had earlier refused, to comply with the atrocities and of the atrocious, directive of the Ipob and the ESN to comply with the sit-at-home directive that they have given them. The hoodlums who had earlier blocked the highway set ablaze a commercial vehicle heading towards Onitsha, where the vigilant troops of the Nigerian army quickly responded swiftly to the scene and engaged the hoodlums in a fight. The troops were overwhelmed in the hoodlums, forcing them to scamper in different directions, but the men of the military were able to nab some of the individuals, and the commuters gave the information to them how they had been actually terrorizing every one of them in that particular community. And this has been the reason why the Imo State governor had actually been dragged for not being capable of ensuring peace and stability in the state. Governor Hope Uzodinma is serving out his first term in office and is likely to seek re-election in 2023. After all, most governors in Nigeria usually contest for second term in office after serving their first term. But Uzodinma's second term bid may be tough in view of the political development in Imo State. One of the reasons for taking this position is because of the early declaration by the former governor, Emeka Ihedioha, that he would be contesting for the post in 2023. He spoke with the conviction that he would win the election in 2023, and it will be recalled that Ihedioha had won the 2019 election in Imo under the People's Democratic Party (PDP) before the Supreme Court sacked him and declared Uzodinma of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) the authentic winner. So coming back into the race in 2023 will definitely make the contest tough, as Uzodinma will need to fight harder if he wishes to win the second term bid. Again, there were massive protests that greeted the judgment which sacked Ihedioha in 2020. The protests were in different locations in the country, as people alleged that the ruling was unfair, while the judgment stood and Uzodinma carried on. Many of those who felt bad are waiting for 2023 to give Ihedioha another chance. This may make the 2023 election tough for Uzodinma. Ihedioha, on his own, is patiently waiting for 2023 to give the Imo governorship seat another shot. Little wonder he declared earlier, it is over a year to 2023 general elections, but Ihedioha has already declared his ambition and work would have started to support his bid. Moreover, Ihedioha is using some challenges in the state against Uzodinma. One of those major challenges he used to eat at Uzodinma's government is insecurity. Imo has been battling insecurity in this recent time, from the activities of the Eastern Security Network to those of the unknown gunmen. It has continued to be a rough ride in Imo. Recently, there are other issues between soldiers and civilians which resulted in face-off. Thanks for listening.